What is up, everyone? So this is the Insta 1R setup. Okay, as you can see, I bought the camera, with the 1-inch mod. I bought the adapter for audio. I bought the extra battery, lens covers for the 360 dual module lens. I bought a fast charger for dual setup, and I got the invisible selfie stick free. All right, so this whole setup here, it's just issues after issues after issues. I'm going to point out some straightforward issues that I found with this without even really using it. Just straight up, these are the issues I've ran into. So that way I could at least inform you on my issues of what I see here, and then whether or not you should purchase this based on, the feedback I give you. This is not a review, so don't think this is a review. There's plenty of other channels out there that are actually reviewing this and giving it, the kudos. I'm being real with you. I don't like the way they handled me with customer service, and I don't like, how they engineered this product. I will keep it because I already paid for it. It's been some time. So the exchange isn't there. I can't return it or anything, but I'll make do because I like this 360 camera, which is why I purchased this in the first place. But for the price I paid for it, I would not have bought this 1-inch sensor probably, just this. So that way I could do 360 car footage or whatever internally. Also, like tent reviews and like outdoor stuff, it's easier to probably use a 360 to gather everything all together. But with this 360 module, it's not happening overnight on how to use it. It's going to take some time. So keep that in mind. Even when you're looking at any 360 options, it's going to take you time to actually kind of get used to the software. So let me go into why I got this free. Okay. So a little backstory is I purchased this setup when it launched. As soon as I heard it launched, I purchased it right away. They guaranteed me a shipping date and all that stuff. And of course, I knew things were going to trickle down slowly, which is what they said, to be fair. But the issue I had was not only it took long, it took a couple months before I actually got my thing past the date of when it was said to be arrived. Okay. I couldn't even touch this after I got it. Okay. So the reason why I couldn't touch it is because when I purchased it, right, it came straight from China, okay, straight from the source. They had markings all along two of the packages. I think it was this one and this one here. It was like chocolate thumbprints all over, like someone ate chocolate and melted in their hands and they touched this stuff. At the time of recording it, at the time of receiving this, you have all this coronavirus talk and stuff, and yeah, it says it's only supposed to last this long, that long, what have you, on packages and this and that. I still didn't trust it because it's like, the coronavirus was new at this time, people were getting sick, and it's like they're gonna send me something that not only passed QC and clearly was nasty. It was during a pandemic. Okay, just right there, that's already strikes 2 and 3 in my book. Okay, and then on top of it, you were late. So they gave me this invisible selfie stick because they were late, right? Then, to be fair, I still wasn't satisfied because I couldn't even open this thing, so they gave me the adapter free. Okay, I think this is like 20 bucks and this is like $5, so $25 for free. But I mean, they of course didn't pay that. Okay, so after getting it, right, I was like, okay, I opened it all up after a few weeks went by to make sure that this was okay to use, because I didn't want to touch anything. I disinfected everything. I opened it up and updated it right away, and then realized that you could see the protective lens is still on there. Okay, that's how pissed off I was and frustrated. But I mean, the cage can't even fit on here without having to take off the shroud. It's just cumbersome, right? This part of it, I guess I'll do a little review, but this part of it, you can't mount anything unless you have the cage. And then also they're saying that there's a battery with, you know, tabs sticking out. I was almost tempted to glue the damn tabs on myself and use it. I end up buying a cage from what is it, Small Rig, that's all metal, that was designed for this, but that's in waiting. Okay, this just wasn't well thought out. And then I complained about this gap here. So if you look closely, pretty sure everyone's been complaining about this, but it's real close here and real spaced out over here. Like, I mean, they said it's okay. They sent me a link to it. If I find it, I'll post it up somewhere here so you can see it. But yeah, they said that that's the way it was engineered. Crappy is what they're telling you. You paid a fortune for crap, okay? And then this thing sucks. I mean, GoPro kind of fixed theirs, like on their flashlight. It's all spring loaded, but this thing, it hangs down. That's all you get. You gotta make sure you orientate this right, and that's why they got the arrows there, and then clip it together. Because if not, your thing won't go in correctly, and it pops out. Okay, so that's kind of irritating in my opinion. Okay, and then having to take this stupid thing off every time. I hope the Small Rig kind of fixes that issue. Another thing I noticed right away is they advertise the cage. Okay, and on some of the, it's weird, on some of the pictures the cage looked good as far as how it mounts. See, I was thinking about just taking something like this and gluing it right on there and then solving that issue. But the cage on the ones that they advertise, as you can see right here, it's missing the branding. It has like a little cutout for it. As you can see, a little snap area, missing the branding. This is like cheap Chinese knockoff of China's Insta 360 stuff. Okay, really weird. Also on some of the images, I don't know if they were concepts, but some of the images, they actually had a mount here where it showed a microphone being able to slide into a little picket, or a little, you know, cold shoe mount setup. This one doesn't have it. Every time you want to, you know, take this off, you gotta slide this little latch thing over, cam it over, and undo it, and then pop this off. I mean, to me, it's just way too much going on here for what it's trying to accomplish. So when they review this camera, you know, it says flow state, whatever. I haven't even really got to use it to record it, you know, but I mean, low lighting didn't seem to be that good. I mean, with the large sensor, I just felt like it was a waste of money. Okay. But the 360 module, this is what I was mainly interested in. The cool thing about this is you get your 360 footage and you could go about your business and, you know, basically use this, angle it in any direction, and always capture the moment. The issue is these protrude out. So I bought this, okay? These are lens covers for the damn thing. These lens covers suck. You put them on, they clip in, and now I can't protect these. If these get a smudge or they fog up, there's no way I could clean that. You see that black rim in there? The glass goes all the way past that black rim, so there's no way you could clean the inside. You know? It's just weird, the fact, like, if, I don't know, if there's moisture and it fogs up in there, it just defeats the purpose of having these things on. And also, these you cannot put in the cage without taking them on and off as well, because they have that stupid purpose as well, that same issue. Okay, so that's where that stands. I mean, I want to like it. Everything seems like if it was well thought out, it would be a perfect setup. But I mean, after getting it in my hands and actually, you know, messing with it a little bit, there's no way I'm going to take this on and off just to put it on that. You know, it makes everything compact, but why not just have a camera that does both? Also on this dang thing, while I have it out, I'll just go over another issue that I have with this. So that way, if you see this review and you realize, hey, I maybe should think twice before purchasing this, it's probably a wise idea. When you do the selfie screen, right, you're like, hey, I'm gonna flip this thing around and be able to see myself in film, right? Let me turn it on. So you got this on button. That's another issue, is I can't sit here and toggle through things with this button, okay? But you have this, right, screen. I can't touch this stuff over here that's lit up. Like, my finger's not small enough to get behind that crack. And that's how you adjust the menu. You got to flip it around upside down in order for it to show this side for you, so that way you could easily adjust it. Like, what is that all about? Or I got to kick it sideways and still can't touch the top part of it. To me, that's just like not well thought out at all. This is just way too big, this cover thing, you know. And then on top of that, the screen, it's smaller than the GoPros, right? They make icons where you could touch, but at the same time, why not just make this thing a little bit bigger and fit more screen on it like everyone wants, you know, or make this module go all the way to the end right here, make it all screen, and then make this section thin and long where it connects together. To me, it just doesn't seem like, you know, a person that uses cameras actually got to use this. I feel like it was engineered based on principle, and then from principle, they made this and then gave it to someone to use. They made some software updates, changes and stuff to make it more reliable, whatnot. And then, you know, maybe got some feedback, I'm not sure. And then we're like, well, we can't change it now. We're already dedicated to this design. So they're coming out with accessories like the little tab setup, you know, to fix little quirks like that. And for my final issue with this, in order for you to like extract footage and all that stuff off this thing, you have to go through the app and use the app. Unlike the GoPro where it downloads everything for the 360, like this 360 camera, you gotta go through the app or download their app on the desktop. But the GoPro, you know, like you just shoot and then you download it off the USB stick. Their app is pretty nice when doing the 360 because it's self-explanatory, but there's just like too much clutter in the app that, you know, kind of makes you facilitate around all this other stuff like sharing and this crap, you know, that really the creator doesn't care about. You know, unless you're sponsored by them, you don't care about it. All you want to do is actually use the damn camera and get it uploaded on YouTube in your respects, and not go through the hassle. So there's like a pro and con on this style setup. The app does like actually cater to this 360 module really nice, but like I said, you're forced to use the app. So that's going to complete my issue review with this. I don't think I'm going to be doing an actual in-depth review. I mean, there's plenty out there. I kind of got pushed aside due to the time delay and stuff like that, and then also the nuances where I couldn't touch this thing because of the coronavirus potential. I just didn't trust it. So I don't really want to do a review on this just because of those issues, because there's plenty of them out there. People talk about it. I like to point out the things that people don't talk about. So if you like this video, definitely give it a thumbs up. It's greatly appreciated. If you want to see content like, not like this, but content in the future of reviews, definitely consider subscribing. Until next time, I'll see y'all in the next one.